All right, guys, this is going to be our last segment for this video series of me narrating the original high intensity training video with Mike Mentzer, the shoulder buy and try workout. Now, I personally actually do a push pull program. For the most part, I tried both. I mean, they both work, of course. I just found later on that I get even better recovery if I train all my pushing muscle groups on one side of it. So as chest, shoulder, and triceps, then take a day or take 2 days off, then continue with a leg workout, another 2 days off or 1 or 2 days off, completing with our back and biceps workout. So that's my rhythm. And let me say something about this video here. And I believe that a lot of people had questions in regards to the frequency of me training, whether I train once a week or every few days or whatever. The actual frequency of me training with Mensa was usually every other day or every third day. Okay, let's get that straight. And I don't think that the video made it very clear, because I said something about right here in regards to coming back 6-7 days and need more rest. Yes, that's true. When I meant that, however, I meant to say that in between that I was doing legs. Yes, so I would train every other day, if not every third day, and that is it. So let's get that straight. I want to make sure that you guys understand that. Now, of course, and that's the thing about high intensity training, when you are getting stronger, you're going to need more time to recuperate, correct? As you're becoming stronger, the demands in your body grow, and I think that's what Mike Mentzer tried to really, that message he tried to really get out there, that as you're getting stronger, your demands grow, therefore your recovery time might increase, doesn't have to, okay? Only way you can actually measure that, and of course, is that if you're keeping correct track of your progress, of your reps, of your frequency and all that. So if you're not getting stronger, you're most likely overtraining already, okay? Yeah, so this is another machine that a lot of gyms, I believe, need to have, and some of them don't. I mean, a lot of them a lot of Planet Fitness gyms don't have this machine, fortunately. And a lot of people nowadays do train at Planet Fitness. Nothing wrong with that. Reason why I brought it up, because there was a purple. I just realized that all these machines are actually covered with purple padding. That was before Planet Fitness was big, and I think that the owner Ray, there's a guy named Ray Byers. He owned this gym, him and his partner, and they had this whole thing set up with purple pads. I just now realized that. That's actually interesting. And here I am nowadays training at Planet Fitness, because I do train some clients there too as well. And that's okay. I mean, you can actually train at Planet Fitness. Why not? I believe you can. Because high intensity training is not about throwing weights around. It's not about throwing weights on the ground or making noise. Okay, remember that. It's not. So it's actually ideal. Yep. So lateral raises, yes, definitely. Man, God, this is probably the most important shoulder exercise there is. And Mike never really had me do any dumbbell work here. He always had me use a machine. Gold's Gym was stacked with these machines. They had a few of them there. Angel City Fitness, which is the gym we're at right now, was stacked with several different lateral raise devices. This was one of my favorite ones right here. They had a Nautilus one as well, which was great. But I remember it being a little bit, it stuck a little bit because it wasn't well maintained. Those old machines, if they're not well maintained, they really suck. Okay? When it comes to machines, let me say that too, is that belief that a free weight is better than a machine is really outdated. I have to say that any machine, or for the most part, a good machine will always be better than a free weight exercise, okay? Always remember that. A machine is nothing but a free weight, but more precise. And you can apply tension throughout the entire range of motion. Okay, so here I got a nice good tension right here. I still have tension right here with the free weight. You wouldn't have any tension right here. You'll lose that tension, right? So it's all about getting that right tension throughout the entire range of movement. That's very important.
Accurate recording of your reps, because even a 1 rep increase can
That's correct. Even a 1 rep increase is an increase, okay? And there are going to be times, let me say this, there's going to be times when you kind of stuck and you plateau and all that, and there's ways to overcome that. I have written the ebook, the HIT Warrior Guide, okay? This particular ebook will give you an exact blueprint on how to overcome plateaus. All right, it's available on my website. Check it out, guys.
Come on. Now, look, you didn't get enough reps on that one. Let it. See, there you go.
Yeah.
On your own. You dug down.
I can't believe I wore yellow shorts that day. I don't know, man. I don't know what I was thinking about. Now looking back at it, I probably would have changed that. Times that change, you know, fashion changes, I guess.
Head back, elbows higher. Now hold it if you can for 5 seconds.
Yeah, see that I don't like how I throw my head back like this. I don't like that whole head movement right here. I need to get my head. You need to keep your head aligned, not moving around too much, okay? Because you're already on the tension with the weight. There's a lot of tension going around the neck area right here. So the last thing you want to do is throw your head all over the place. So I would say, as a critique, that's something that you need to avoid. And whatever I was doing there, no, not really. Also, let me say something. There's times when Mike had me do a lateral raise machine combined with a superset overhead press. Okay, there were times when we were doing that. It wasn't always the case, but he would insert that movement based on how much strength I would gain or lack thereof. So that's all. You know, you're really only going to be able to gauge that with the proper, you know, workout log and have someone really watch you. And, you know, that's what I would do. That's what I still do with all my clients. You know, during my consultations, I make sure I keep correct progress charts with each one of my clients. Without a progress chart, as a trainer, you're not a trainer. That's just bullshit, okay? All right, here we go. Now, this machine, did I just say machine? No, of course not. This lateral raise, dumbbell lateral raise. If you must use dumbbells, okay, I would recommend you putting your head against a bench. You guys probably have done that before when you flip the bench down and you put your head against it and you stand against there. So you better brace. You're bracing yourself against the bench. You're therefore limiting the amount of moving around. You know, you want to be very stable. It's very difficult to do that in that position. Okay, and with the dumbbell like this, you're only going to get really tension towards the last part of the movement. Right? There's no tension here. There's a lot of tension right there. Okay, and there's almost nothing down here. So it's very limited. A dumbbell, yeah. I mean, if you really have to do it, you gotta do it, and that's fine. But hey, a lateral raise machine, I'm not sure why we didn't do that lateral raise, because I know there was one there. I trained with Mike Mentzer in this gym. That's where me and Mike trained. After he had an injury, actually a while after, is when he said, let's work out together. And there was a real lateral pec deck machine. It's a combo machine by Knowles. I'm going to find that machine. I'm going to put a picture in here. But that particular machine was great for doing, chest flies, pec deck, and you were doing the real lateral version of it. And I don't know why he didn't use that machine. I don't know. Maybe it was just because they wanted to demonstrate the free weight version of it, it's a very complicated way to do it. I don't like it. But if you don't have anything but a free weight, there you go. That's it. Okay, what he's saying right now is that doing incline presses works the front deltoid. There's no need to do the overhead press. I agree with that. But if you are progressing by doing, overhead presses, then continue doing it. Unless you stop progressing, then you can always take it out. All right. I don't know. I mean, just with most of my clients, I made some good improvements with doing overhead presses as well in a superset fashion, lateral raise into the press instantly. That burn you will never forget. Trust me. Your shoulders will fucking fly off. Anyway, barbell curls. Okay, I love this exercise. I love it. And you know, just like you don't see much weight here. That's probably like 70 pounds at the most. I don't think it's more than 70. And then a lot of people say, well, with your arms, you should, you know, in that video, with those arms, you should probably do 100, right? It doesn't matter. You know, the form itself, keeping the elbows aligned on the side, don't pull your elbows forward. I would say, right now, criticize this form. Nah, it's pretty damn good. Maybe I would lean forward a little bit more as I'm coming up. Just a little bit more forward so I even hit some more peak contraction towards the end. No, it's good. It's fine. You know, so I think that's a 70 pounds, 75 maybe. Okay.
Your biceps look like they're ready to explode.
Yeah, looks good. Now, here again, you know, with the whole screaming and all that, it's not necessary to really scream. You will probably end up, you know, making some noise. It's almost not you can't really avoid that. Right? And it might even help you a little bit. But don't be obnoxious like some people. They scream from the first rep all the way to the last. That's dumb as fuck. And you know, we already done a lot of biceps here. Sorry, take that back. We just didn't do back and biceps, which is my original way of doing it now. We're doing back and biceps, keeping everything on one side of it. On the shoulder workout, there was no biceps involved. So, and the reason why I'm doing a push-pull program, I just believe it's even more recovery time in between. Now, you can do this format, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Perfectly fine. I've done it for many years, and I switched over. I just found myself to be recovering better with a push-pull program, with a chest, shoulder, triceps, followed by a day off or 2 days off, coming in with a leg, and then finishing off with the back biceps. Okay, so that's up to you. I mean, I don't really want to say that one or the other is better. I mean, they both work great, you know. The bicep doesn't need a whole lot of volume, really almost nothing. A lot of people overtrain their biceps, trust me. Because you're always using it. Here is the thing about him saying things like, for example, I don't know why he said the weirdest shit sometimes in regards to, you know, my girlfriend standing in front of me naked or something like that. That was something I would never be in my mind when I trained, but I guess he just said stuff to him that was really offbeat, of weird stuff, and you know, it was great. No momentum at all. That's right. You know, a lot of people again use a lot of weight on triceps. I can use a lot of weight on my triceps extension. I'm very strong in the triceps department. But again, if you're using this slow, controlled, you know, you keep your elbows aligned on your body. You don't get your elbows are not all over the place. You're in the right angle. You're leaning forward just a little bit. You know, get a full extension and a full stretch, full extension all the way down. There you go. Those last 2 or 3 reps, that's when the magic happens, you know? Yep. Go, you son of a bitch. Let's go. He used to cuss me out a lot, man. That's not on the video. I mean, when I think back of the times we trained at Ghosts together, you know? And when I approached Mike Mentzer in 95, he trained me there at Ghost Gym in Venice at the Mecca. Made my biggest progress ever. And later on, you know, when I was living with Mike for a while, He had an accident, fell down a flight of stairs, fucked up his neck, his triceps, and all that. After recovery, I visited him at a hospital quite a lot. After the recovery, came back out, and he wanted to start training. He wanted to get back into the game, you know. So that's when we started working out, and that's when we found this place to be a good spot. He didn't want to be at Gold's. He wanted to train somewhere else. And that's where we trained. I wish I had footage of that. My God. You know, back then we didn't have phones like that anyway. But yeah, tricep superset, you know. Yes, I love that one. The seatbelt is not tight enough, I can tell you right now. I'm still like flying up in the air here. Once you get to a certain point, you're that strong, you're going to lift your weight up. So you got to make sure you have a machine that's either angled a certain way so you don't fly out of it, or you got a seatbelt. Most gyms don't have machines with seatbelts anymore. Sad, but that's how it is. It's flex equipment right here. Pretty good stuff. Not as good as Nautilus, but it's good. Yeah, see, there you go. See how loose my seatbelt is? I'm all over the place trying to counteract the weight. But I think we did a good job. No, it's not. You know, and, well, what can I say about this, you know? When we filmed this thing, like I said, one day, all out, I was completely devastated physically afterwards. I couldn't move. And I remember going the next day or so, we're supposed to go to Palm Springs, and as we're driving away, see you in 8 days, you know, that's a fucking hard one right here, because I never saw him again, you know. Never did. Finding out that he passed away as I was about to go to see, or go to have lunch at Shotzi, my buddy Jason, getting in a meal there at Shotzi's restaurant. That's Arnold's restaurant, out of all fucking places, right? I never ended up eating there. I just left. I was devastated. I lost my appetite. Knows that, you know. You know, this last little segment here with the squatting part, it's kind of interesting because, yes, yeah, I think we just want, he said something like, let's do squats, and I'm like, Mike, are you nuts right now? Come on, bro. I mean, I can't do this. Oh, man, can we just fake it? Do something funny, you know? Just show how it's done and not make me go through this agony of failing at a squat. And that's why we used a little feminine weight over here. The, whatever, 100-pound dumbbell, barbell, I mean. And that was it. So it's just a demonstration of how you are supposed to be doing squats. And let me say something about the squat part of it. If you are doing squats, really put that exercise towards the end. Finish, do all your leg work first, and then do that at the end, so you don't have to load your spine with a lot of weight. Smith machines are good. Squat machines are good. Free weights, not so much. But if you only have a free weight, why not? Sure. You know, I mean, the free weight is just, on the squat, brutal, because when you get to the point of failure, what are you going to do? Just fall back? Nope. And another thing is here, I like to do is, I like to go down, come up, and stop right here. I'm going too far up. Because there's no tension up there in a standing position. So I go down as far as I can go down, come up, and stop right there. Just right before I locked out. Great, I went way too far, but I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but... I mean, it pretty much demonstrates the proper form, yes. But when it comes to HIT, you don't want to go as far up. You want to stay in the almost, I would say about, right before you fully lock out. That's it. Keeping the tension on the muscle at all times. I hope you guys like this video series of me narrating everything. And, I mean, why not, right? And leave a comment below. Hit the like and subscribe. Join my membership sections. There's more videos coming. And currently, if you're watching this, you're already a member. So thank you for that. Fucking show up. Bad actor, too. Bye-bye, guys.
Bring him all the way in. Just bring him all the way in. Pull it in. You sit for this. Come on, Marcus.
I am Markus Reinhardt. You might know me from the hit video with Mike Mentzer, the video that defined a generation of results-driven training. Back then, Mike mentored me in the purest form of high-intensity training. But right now, I'm bringing that knowledge right back to you. You want real strength, real muscle, no fluff, no gimmicks. Just 100% proven scientific HIT principles tailored to your goals. Whether you're a seasoned lifter or just starting out, my coaching and ebooks will get you there faster, smarter, and with intensity like you've never experienced. You've seen HIT at its best. Now it's time to live it. Click the link. Let's build real strength together.